Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode we're going to be using the Audi R8 at Tokyo Expressway. Now, pretty recently I've done a build using the Honda NSX 2017 and this car actually is a decently good pick. But for me personally, I think the Audi R8 is a little bit better than the Honda. So I'll be showing you guys on how to get the car, the livery I'll be using, the parts you need from both the setup and for car customization, give you a quick step-by-step process which hopefully will be helpful. And let's go ahead and get started. So starting off with the Audi R8, we're going to grab the 2007 version just to begin with. As you can see, it is a little bit cheaper than the Honda NSX, and we also are able to put a couple more upgrades compared to the Honda NSX for starters. Now after you grab the car, the next step we're going to be doing here is actually going to go ahead and grab the livery. Here's the livery that I'll be using for this episode. Now if you want to go ahead and just pause the episode, search up this livery yourself, you're more welcome to do so. Or if you just want the parts from the livery, you can do that as well. And if you're curious of what the parts from that livery looks like, here is the rims from the livery. It's going to be Oz racing rims. Make sure you just copy down what you see on the screen. The front bumper is going to be Type A. After you get that installed to the car, we're going to have the side as Type A as well. Now this car does not have a rear option when the car is stocked, but we're going to go ahead and adjust the wing to custom wing set. It doesn't matter what the height of the wing is, just make sure it's custom, and that's going to be it for a car customization. So pretty easy and simple. Moving toward the particular build with the car. Sport tires, that's going to be our tires we'll be using for this build. Fully customized differential. The downforce, if you want to go ahead and pause the numbers for the downforce and for the racing transmission, you can. And as we check out the last part of the list, you can see we got a couple of racing parts here and there. We got a medium RPM turbocharger, bore up, polished ports, weight reduction stages 1 through 3, increased by rigidity, and stereo angle adapter, and that's going to be it for the car. And as you can see by the graph, this car actually does have some really good acceleration. So as we get started with this race, this car, just to begin with, felt really good. Now one thing I want to throw in there too is for this race I decided to start using my G29 racing wheel and give it a shot to see how the car will feel. Usually I am more prone to drive with a controller, but for this episode I decided to just go ahead and get the steering wheel back out and see what I can do with this run. So as you can see, as we get to the first braking point, we're already behind the red GTR. Now for the wheel experience, I can already tell that this car right off from the gate really felt pretty good. The car handled very decently well in the turns, except for this part right here. This part might be your trickiest part because for some reason whenever you do turn left, the car will actually go into a very interesting understeer depending on what groove you choose into that left-hander. But for us, thankfully we were able to go in there and make the turn just as normal and fine. Got ourselves a couple spots from both the Impreza and the GTR. Going to go ahead and make a nice run on the old gen Supra, and just like that we find ourselves in P3 right behind the RX-7 and the Honda NSX. Now this car really feels so smooth and really good, especially in the second sector of the track. So just being able to figure out how hard to push the car was the main thing for the first lap, figuring out what gear to be at for each corner too, because I could tell that the fourth gear seems to be a really nice gear to be at, especially in those medium speed corners. As we head to that very tricky hairpin, you'd be glad to know that this car actually does take this hairpin very nicely as well. As we go through the hairpin, just being very nice and smooth, and once we go through the apex, then that's when we're going to put down the power into the car. As we go through the main straight, your car should be the fastest car when it comes to both acceleration and for top speed. So when it comes to speed, you should not pretty much be worried about any other opponents trying to chase you down on the straight. As we finish with the first lap, it's going to be a mid 218 for our first lap, so not too shabby for our first lap. Going to go ahead and make a nice run on the RX-7, just like that. as the car is going to keep going up on the speed. And now we set our sights on NSX, and apparently in the next couple of corners we are going to find ourselves right behind the NSX, and eventually we'll take the lead. As we get to the first turn, made a little bit of a mistake almost, and went ahead and accidentally short shifted to fourth when I should have been on third. But despite making that mistake, we were able to really be able to catch the leader very quickly in this race. And as you can see, we're going to be in fact in map 1 from the beginning of the race to the end. As we get through this corner here, thankfully we're able to make the corner just as nice and smooth as possible. As we approach that overpass in the little second, we're going to gain a lot more time on the NSX, get ourselves a really good momentum out of the apex as well, get a little bit of that toe, make a move on its right side, and just like that, get ourselves the race lead of this race. And from that point on, we basically just ran away with it. I mean, it was like no contest whatsoever. So here's a quick look of the delta times. We basically hit a couple 207s and 206s, so the car actually does have some really good overall race pace. For our pit stop, we're going to pit right at the end of lap 7. All I'll be doing here is refilling the car, and as you can see, the tires are still in really good shape, so all I had to do here was just refill the car. And even with our pit stop being completed, we actually still held on a pretty nice gap between ourselves and the RX-7 after we got our pit stop completed. So fast forward here on lap 11, later in the race is going to be our official hot lap through the race. I would really encourage you guys just to see what this car is capable of doing in this particular racetrack, and trust me, the car just felt really good for this track. So I'll let you guys see this clip, and I'll see you guys at the end of the race. As we fast forward to the end of the race, it's going to be a new personal best for this car. It's going to be a 26:02 for our total time. Now, if I probably was on a controller, we probably could have corrected into the 25s, maybe. I'm not too sure. But the car itself, it just felt really smooth, pretty easy to drive, very grippy as well. No really thing to really complain about, despite that one corner with the understeer. Got ourselves that sweet clean race bonus, which we all try to aim for, and that's going to be it for the episode. So here's the next preview of the next episode. It's going to be a quite interesting request. It's going to be using the Lexus LC500. And for this particular car, this user wanted to be both use it for Sardinia and at Le Mans. So for the particular build, it's going to be two different builds. One with the stock engine and the other one is going to be swapped. So that's going to be the next theme of the next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully this particular Audi build will help you out in your daily grinds for Tokyo Expressway, or if you're looking for your first win, hopefully that car will be able to give you the job done. If you want to check out the last episode I did cover, there it is right there. If you'd like to see more of my content later in the road, want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Turn that bell on as well. And with that being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.